The story of Gideon Falter is simply shocking that this should be happening in the UK, with a Metropolitan Police officer who threatened to arrest him because he was looking, quote, visibly Jewish at a Gaza rally in central London last weekend. The reality is he was walking home from the synagogue, from shul, and he had a kippah on his head. And he was identified as being openly Jewish. Now, he is the head of an anti-Semitic charity, a campaign against anti-Semitism, and he was stopped by a policeman. He said, "I'm just a Jew in London trying to cross the road." And the police officer said, "You are openly Jewish. This is a pro-Palestinian march. I'm not accusing you of anything, but I'm worried about the reaction to your presence." And he was told that if he didn't leave the area, he would be arrested. There's a unit of police officers here now, and you will be escorted out of the area so that you can go about your business, go where you want freely, or if you choose to remain, because you are causing a breach of the peace with all these other people, you will be arrested. And one anti-Israel protester said the police ain't going to help you in this scenario, and threatened to follow him and to film him. It's utterly shocking that somebody who is from London, somebody who happens to be Jewish, can be threatened with arrest for simply carrying out his normal daily life. And, it's outrageous. It's outrageous that that the police should be treating people with such contempt simply because of what he's wearing or simply because of who he is. And we should be standing up for tolerance and for decency and for inclusion and for freedom. And the Metropolitan Police, frankly, in this particular case, are wrong. I'm rather pleased to say that they've been proven wrong, and they've been caught out. But the story is shocking, and the story should never. It's something that should never have taken place. It's frightening in today's world that simply by going about your daily life, you can be accused of provoking alarm, that you can be accused of being a nuisance, a provocateur, simply by being who you are. Mr. Falter said, "Despite being told repeatedly that London is safe for Jews when these marches are taking place, my interactions with police officers last Saturday show that the Met believes that being openly Jewish will antagonise the anti-Israel marchers and that Jews need protection, which the police cannot guarantee. Instead of addressing that threat of anti-Semitic violence, the Met's policy instead seems to be that law-abiding Jewish Londoners should not be in the parts of London where these marches are taking place. In other words, that there are no-go zones for Jews." And in the apology that's been offered by the Metropolitan Police, the Metropolitan Police Assistant Commissioner Matt Twist has said, "The video posted by the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism will further dent the confidence of many Jewish Londoners, which is the opposite of what any of us want. The use of the term openly Jewish by one of our officers is hugely regrettable. It's absolutely not the basis on which we make decisions. It was a poor choice of words, and while not intended, we know it will have caused offence to many. We apologise. It's not the words, it's the actions which are the problem. In recent weeks," he goes on, "we've seen a new trend emerge, with those opposed to the main protests appearing along the route to express their views. The fact that those who do this often film themselves while doing so suggests They must know that their presence is provocative, that they're inviting a response, and that they're increasing the likelihood of an altercation. They're also making it much more likely officers will intervene. They don't do so to stifle free speech or to limit the right to protest, but to keep opposing groups apart, to prevent disorder and keep the public, including those taking part in or opposing the protest, safe. And it's wrong. I can't say this often enough. Being Jewish is not a provocation. Jewish Londoners must be able to feel free, feel safe in London. And anything that falls short of that is unacceptable policing and unacceptable behaviour. And in exactly the same way as the police have a duty to keep protesters safe, they have a duty to keep ordinary people safe, whether they are Jewish, whether they are Palestinian, whether they are North African. It doesn't matter where they're from. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what religious traditions they follow. The police have a duty to keep people safe. And to threaten people with being arrested simply for who they are is unacceptable. Utterly unacceptable.